How can Jesus be God when Jesus himself said the only true God is the Father?
I can point at my left hand and say, this is my body. I can point at my right hand and say, this is my body. But I only have one body, and my left and right hand are clearly different. So how is this not a contradiction? Because my left and right hands are both parts of the same whole of my one body. Just as I can point at my different parts of my body and say, that is my unique, one-of-a-kind body, we can point to the different persons within Yahweh and say they are the one true God because of the part-whole relationship they stand in. And what I just described is how we know people thought about divinity in the ancient world. Michael Hunley, who is a scholar specializing in ancient Eastern studies and conceptions of divinity, notes in his work and discusses how in the ancient world a god was seen as having multiple manifestations. And although each of these manifestations is fully divine or fully the god, each of these manifestations was not the fullness of the god. You could nonetheless point at any particular manifestation and say, well, that is the god so and so. But the fullness of the god was the collection of all of its various manifestations and images, the aggregate of the parts, so to speak. So the explanation I offered by using my hands, this isn't just some nonsense I've made up. This is quite literally along the same lines that we know people in the ancient world were thinking about divinity. And this objection from John 17:3 and the idea of divinity that I just described is something I talk about at length in my recently released free book, which defends the deity of Christ. That is called The Lord Appeared, Jesus as Yahweh in the Old Testament. I talk about tons of Muslim objections to the deity of Christ in this book. Don't miss it.